Hey guys, so today I'm really excited because in the mail I got my new Naked 2 palette by Decay, which I'm sure YouTube is probably, if not already, going to be flooded with these whole comparison, videos, reviews of the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. But I wanted to do this because I am a known Naked palette lover, and I just wanted to kind of like compare them because I've gotten so many questions over the past couple weeks, especially since they released and everything, from you guys asking, do you think it's worth it? How do they compare? And really, I didn't know until I got my hands on the thing. But I've been playing with it nonstop since I got it. Very pigmented, very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is the old Naked palette. Mine's kind of embarrassingly dirty. Somehow I still have managed to keep my little double-sided pencil in there. But I've used the heck out of this thing and still haven't really hit the pan on any of it, so that's exciting. So that's what that looks like. The new palette looks like this. I'll talk about the packaging in a second. And then the inside of it looks like this. You get a double-sided brush. And the quality of the brush is pretty good. I believe they're synthetic fibers, but they're really soft, and I think it's going to be good. Okay, so these are colors. Now there are a lot of differences between these. I wouldn't really say that I prefer one over the other. They're very different. The original Naked, and I am going to talk about the packaging at length at the end of the video. I'm going to go over the colors and everything next and swatch and everything. But first I just wanted to go ahead and tell you, as far as the colors go, when you look at this, it's easy just to kind of get caught up and say that they're similar because they're both, neutral palettes. From a distance they look pretty similar. But that's like saying every colorful palette is the same just because they're colorful, you know what I mean? And I know that it's tough because they are all shades of brown or like golden or something, or tan, or lighter shades, and I just kind of feel like, when you really kind of look at the actual colors themselves and you really compare them, they are different. This palette is far more, I guess I would say, warm, with a lot more like warmer brown shades, goldeny shades, stuff like that. And you do have your couple of grays down here. I really prefer the highlight shades in this palette, but whatever. This one has some good ones too. This palette, I really like that the original Naked palette had this shade called Naked that was like, good for blending, but they're not supposed to be the same, so I can't say I wish this one had that because I know it's a different palette. This one is much more, I think, a mix of both like good cool and warm shades. You've got shades that are more taupe, but as a whole the colors are more like cooler and more like taupe, which I like. I don't like how on this palette you can't, well, yeah, you can, but I feel like I'm just going to break it when I fold it back like that. I don't know. I really prefer the packaging of the original, but like I said, I'll talk about that in a second. There are things that I prefer about each, so I can't really pick a favorite. I'm going to post pictures and stuff on my blog comparing the two. The colors are Foxy, Half Baked, Booty Call, Chopper, Tease, Snakebite, Suspect, Pistol Verb, YDK, Busted, and Blackout. Yeah. So you can kind of see how the colors look. Now I've swatched these kind of a lot, and it's nice because the formulas, you can't really, I don't know, the formula is really, really nice and creamy, as is the other one too. This color, Foxy, is probably going to be best for someone that has darker skin tone because I really couldn't see it on mine, like when I swatched it. I mean, you can see it, but then when you put it on your skin, it's just, I think it would be great like when you're blending the colors, or like for a brow highlight, if you just want to kind of maybe take down some of the color that you've used. So I think it's going to be good. Even though it doesn't swatch the best, I think it's going to be good, especially if you have darker skin. Half Baked is great. It's kind of like more of a golden, This one is nice. This Booty Call shade, I think this is like my favorite highlighter from the palette. As you can kind of see, it's not too frosted, but it does show up. Chopper is like, I don't know, I have a love-hate relationship with this. You can see it's very pigmented, but it's one of those that has the flecky shimmer. And I always say that I hate this color just because when I was in high school, I remember I saved up some of my money and I bought that shade because one of my friends wore it and she liked it, and so I bought it. And I remember I put it on and I remember looking at myself later and I was like, what the heck? Like, I had the glitter all over my face. I was like, that stuff is awful. So, I don't know. Chopper's always kind of been like a love-hate color, and I know I wasn't using it right, and now with like good primer and stuff it'd be fine. Oh gosh, my hair's falling down. Tease is kind of like a plummy gray. It's a little strange, and if you wear it correctly, it's quite beautiful, I'm sure. It does look a little scary because one of those colors, it's kind of like deadish looking. I have to fix this. This is gonna drive me insane. Oh, I don't think that fixed it. My hair's in the craziest knot ever. Oh goodness, now the whole thing's falling down. Okay, I fixed it. I think it got worse, but whatever. Okay. Then you have Snakebite, which this color is really, really cool. Well, I think I pressed it too hard, but I just barely touched it. And it's like super pigmented. That kind of came off crappy. But yeah, really pretty. Like a frosted brown. Suspect is like a, it's like a taupey bronze. Really pretty. Pistol I love because it's like a taupish gray, like silver. I love these more taupish colors. Alright, then Verve is extremely like frosted and silvery. Like a silvery taupe. Really like shows up well. Decay is very, very pigmented. It's kind of the same formula as that Snakebite shade. It is extremely creamy. You can see? No? Like, see how much is still on my finger. I mean, it's just crazy. This color is like a taupe champagne. I know I'm saying taupe with all this because it is kind of like that. It's like a taupish brown champagne color. Busted is really cool. These are the darker shades, obviously. You can see how dark that is. It's a very dark brown. And then Blackout is obviously a really awesome dark black. I love black colors like that. So I'm really happy with the purchase. I cannot wait to use it. I find that the brush they included, the double-sided little dealie, was interesting as well. I like how my Sigma palettes have the double-sided brush, so I think it's kind of neat that Urban Decay did that, just because I think that makes it easy, you know, makes it easier. And the brush quality is good too, you know, it's something that I would actually use, so that says a lot to me. And you also get this Urban Decay Lip Junkie. It's a plumping and cooling thing, and I believe the color is Naked because that's all it says on the back. With the first one, you know, you got the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This one comes with a little Lip Junkie. And I haven't tried that yet, but it sure is cute, and it's one of those little squeeze up things. See how precious? I like that. And it looks like it's a nice color too. Now, as far as the packaging goes, usually when a company comes out with a second palette or something, they improve upon the packaging. And when I first saw this, I thought, oh, that looks nice. I bet it's going to be a little sleeker. I think that the original Naked palette is sleek, considering that it contains 12 shades and a little slot for an eyeliner or a brush or whatever you want to stick in there. It's very lightweight. This one is very heavy in comparison. It's kind of like a metalish thing, and I figured they would make it, I mean, it's about the same size. The corners are rounded, but I really loved this packaging. Really, really. There's like, God, why is there always stuff like floating around in here? It's always, okay. I really, really loved this packaging. I like the way it feels. You can see that it's held up pretty good over time because I can't tell you how many times I've traveled with this. It's been thrown around in my drawer, on my dirty makeup counter. I mean, it's, you know, and it's really held up nicely. And I just like the way it feels. I love that you open it and it closes really easily. This one, just from my experience with it so far, it's a little clunky when you shut it. You know, it really kind of clunks together kind of loudly. And like I was showing, you know, when I work with this one, I like to fold it back like that, and it props up perfectly. But you've still got your little mirror. This one, you've got a really big mirror. I haven't taken the plastic off of it yet. And you do kind of have to force it back a bit. I feel like it might break if I do this a lot, and I wonder if that's going to be an issue because this little joint right here is plastic on both sides, so I wonder if people are going to have issues with it breaking after a long time of use, but maybe they thought of that and it's made really nice, so I can't say that. But yeah, you can fold it back as well, but it's a little awkward, you know. I don't know, I really prefer the packaging on the original. And then when you go to close it, you see how it doesn't line up just right. You have to really kind of work with it to get it closed back. Nothing big. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I just prefer this one, the packaging on this one. But I'm really liking the colors in this one so far. You know, I will do videos using this palette with looks. I don't want to bombard you with like a million Naked 2 tutorials right now. But eventually, yeah, I will have lots of tutorials using this, just as I did with this one. So I'm excited, and I think that this is a good palette. My only complaint is the packaging, but that's okay. Anyways, I'm glad that I have both of them, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this little comparison. I do have pictures on my blog of my swatches from the original and the Naked 2, so I hope that you guys will go check that out if you want to know even more, or you're curious about more detailed swatches. So I hope that y'all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you all very soon.